make sure we're wired for sound.
Okay, we are wired.
All right. What are the requirements of the position that you're seeking?
The requirements are to be a Josephine County resident, I believe, for at least 6 months before the first election. And I think that you have to be a registered voter in Josephine County, resident of Josephine County. So I think that's it for technical qualifications.
Okay.
All right.
I'll ask the next one. Do you have any experience under education that could apply to the position you're seeking? If so, do you have any background that you can give as a reference? And is there a current conflict possibility of interest, and how could that be resolved?
Great question. So I was a history major in school. I graduated from RCC with intentions of getting my history degree and later becoming a teacher. So history and political science are intimately related. And I was also a business owner here in Grants Pass for several years. And in my other jobs, I worked all over Josephine County, Wolf Creek, Williams, Merlin, everywhere, every part of the county, getting to know people and what they were going through and dealing directly with business owners there. So getting a good sampling of kind of the population and understanding their struggles.
Okay. All right. Third question. What do you believe are the most relevant issues currently facing the county and the state right now? What would be your 6-month plan to tackle these issues?
I'll focus mostly on the county because that's the commissioner's duty. And so the primary issues I see facing the county are that we have multiple lawsuits, employment lawsuits against the county. We have a mining lawsuit that is potentially in the tens of millions of dollars. So those are very troublesome. So that's number one. Number two is our lack of economic development. I think that we were depending greatly on the Flying Lark, and previous to that, the other Dutch Bros complex here on G Street in Grants Pass to kind of kickstart the economy here again, and both of those fell through. And subsequently, the way the county handled the Flying Lark property by selling it to a nonprofit and taking it off the tax rolls forever was perhaps not in the county's best interest. I also see we have a history of rejecting funds from the state of Oregon. For example, in 2023, when John West and the board decided to not declare a homeless state of emergency, we lost around $4 million. Jackson County got $8.8 million in that same bill. Let's see, number three. I'll go ahead and say the housing crisis. So in 2019, Forbes put us on the list of, we were number 3 of the least affordable cities in the entire United States here in Grants Pass. And I understand the county is much bigger than just Grants Pass, but as the county seat goes, so goes the rest of the county. We have a massive housing shortage here, and I think that that's something that the commissioners need to look at very seriously. And the property that I have my sights on is the Dimmick property, the old hospital, to turn that into a mixed-use commercial and residential center with a co-op, market co-op to anchor that, and to have several residential sites there as well. I think that we could accommodate around 80 to 100 units total, mostly 2 bedrooms and 1 bedrooms, to try to fill that missing middle of housing. Let's see, I think we wanted 3, correct? I think that's where we are. But if I didn't get a third one, I would say our PERS liability is one of the biggest things facing the county. We were at $45 million last year, according to the fiscal report, of unfunded liability. And I think that we need to look into PERS side accounts, which is something that is used in all of the counties that are in the black across the state. And these side accounts will pay down our liability. They will pay down our interest rate. And they also are in the market, and historically PERS has returned 6.9%. And yes, I think that's something that we need to look at investing in with our reserve funds.
All right.
We're number 3.
You're on number 4 now,
Okay.
yeah.
How would you interact with other elected officials, both county and the city, to achieve positive results, even if you disagree with their positions?
Sure. I believe in being respectful with everyone and listening to them what they have to say. I think that we need an exchange of ideas between the cities, both Grants Pass and Cave Junction, and the county. I would want to have regular business meetings in Cave Junction like we did years ago. I think that that's great for kind of unifying the county and for us to really hear about what's going on there. I would also like to explore those in Wolf Creek and in Williams as well. But as far as working with the employees, the counselors, all of those, I think that it starts at the county level. The previous board of commissioners went through and took a hatchet to all the different departments, and I think that they also retaliated against whistleblowers. And so just providing steady leadership, for them, getting to know them personally, assuring them that they will continue to have a spot, here at the county so we can come together and grow the county together. And I think that we do need much more interaction, especially with the Grants Pass City Council. And I would hope that they would be on board with this Dimick property idea that I have, because it is county property, but it is within the city limits of Grants Pass. And so I see it as a county, city, and private partnership to be able to make this actually happen.
All right. How will you learn what is important to the citizens of Josephine County, and how will you communicate with them? Conversely, how do you prefer them to contact and/or communicate with you?
I'll answer the second part first. Any way that they choose. Whether that be in person, phone calls, emails, coming to the WBS meetings, coming to the workshops, anything like that, whatever's most convenient for them, I need to make myself available for that. And like I mentioned before, to have regular meetings in the various parts of the county. Josephine County is very large, and it's very difficult for a lot of people to, whether it be for work reasons, whatever, to be able to get from 40, 50 miles away all the way to Grants Pass to come to our meetings. So I think it's important to physically be in those parts of the county just to be able to interact with these people that ordinarily wouldn't be able to come to interact with us.
Okay.
If a debate were arranged, would you be willing to participate in a debate?
Absolutely.
All right. And is there anything else that you would like to tell voters before we conclude the interview?
I'd like voters to know that, to understand that this is a nonpartisan position. So although all of us do have our partisan views, the commissioner's office is not a place for the culture war. So I don't care about sexual orientation of anybody. I don't care about any of that. That's never going to be an issue. However, that's something that seems to come up a lot online. So I'd like people to really just consider our ideas and our plans that we're putting forward. I think that as one of the youngest candidates in this race, that I have a different perspective than a lot of people. So I've been a homeowner, and now I'm a renter. I've been a business owner, I've been an employee, and like I said earlier, I've worked all over the county, so I've really gotten a good perspective of what people are going through, rather than perhaps some of the older people running for this race that have had times of more economic security than what we have now. So I want voters to understand that I care about what you're going through, and I'm going through it with you.
All right. Great. All right. Well, thank you.